Good morning. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines here on freedomsquaretv, where we go beyond the breaking news to unpack the real issues that shape our society. Since its formation in 2013, the All Progressive Congress (APC) has grown into Nigeria's dominant political party at the federal level, producing at least 2 presidents. However, in Enugu State, the party has faced consistent electoral challenges, struggling to secure significant seats in both state and national assemblies. The political landscape in Enugu has remained largely dominated by the People's Democratic Party, PDP, for over 2 decades. Several factors have been identified for AP's underperformance in the state, and they include internal divisions, leadership tussles, inter-grassroots penetration, candidate imposition, and voter perception of APC as an outsider party in the southeast of Nigeria. Yet, with shifting voter demographics, an increasing politically aware youth population, and a changing national political mood, many believe the party can turn the tide if it undertakes serious repositioning. The Enugu Progressive Group, convened by Dr. NWOYE, is among the initiatives seeking to rebuild trust, unify party factions, and develop a winning electoral strategy ahead of 2027. Dr. NWOYE, the former state chairman of APC, brings first-hand experience of the party's internal dynamics and the electoral campaigns. His efforts focus on grassroots mobilization, transparent candidate selection, and policy-driven campaigns that address local needs. In today's conversation, we'll go beyond the headlines to explore why APC continues to struggle in Enugu despite its national strength. What reforms are urgently needed to turn the tide around? A realistic roadmap to improve APC's chances in 2027 and beyond. This is a timely discussion as political alignments are already shifting ahead of the next general elections. What happens in the next 2 years could determine whether APC finally breaks through in Enugu or remain on the periphery of the state's politics. My name is Nasrel, and joining me in the studio is a man who knows the terrain well. Our guest is Dr. NWOYE. Dr. NWOYE is the convener of the Enugu Progressive Group and former chairman of the APC in Enugu State. Indeed, it's an honor to have you here, sir.
The honor is mine. Thank you.
I want us to focus on the Enugu Progressive Group, which you are the convener,
Yes.
founder, and chairman.
A leader.
A leader. First, why did you form that group?
You know, the group, I was not the only founder. I called a few people from the West, Enugu West, led by Honorable Tony Bekwe, Enugu North, led by Dr. Biaji and Chief Ochobodeze, and Enugu East, led by Honorable Ifeanyi Chime. We met and I expressed to them the need for the progressive minded people in Enugu State to get together. Looking at what is happening in Enugu, the development stride of the governor, the governance, the transparency that we're experiencing. Every day you come out to Enugu, you see new things. Looking at also what the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is doing. And then we said, let us begin to support good governance, irrespective of party affiliation. And all these young men and women that I call, they are all members of APC. But I said, our governor is of the PDP extraction. We have the 17 local government chairmen. Many of them are doing marvelously well. Look at what is happening at Ninri. Look at what is happening in Soka local government, the Basic North, Enugu North. Some of these local government council chairmen are building roads. We can't just sit by and just remain on politics of hate, politics of run down any government just because they don't belong to your government. Have we seen presidential hotel? How many years of abandonment? decades of decay, somebody came in and cleaned it up. We need to independently highlight it, despite our affiliation to APC. Have we looked at the International Conference Center in Enugu State? So what is happening there? Not just is it being finished, completed, but you have hospital coming up there. You have hotel, international standard hotel, conference hotel coming up there. Look at the road, the beautification of Enugu State. I'm now talking about Enugu City itself, the beautification of it. Should we just sit quiet because the governor is not of APC extraction? Or should we come close and then look at it and support it? Because this is a purposeful governance going on. This is a governance that's bearing the minds of the people. In the entire 260 ward, the smart school is going up. It never happened before. It's unprecedented. Smart green school is going on. When we're talking about that, then the type 2 healthcare, 260 of them are going on. Simultaneously, yes, some have been nearing completion. At least 1 or 2, I'm aware, are completed.
More than that.
Or more than that are completed.
More than that.
I think when the president came in, he commissioned about 62 or 63 of them. Okay? Are we going to just sit down and fold our hands and be waiting for 2027 before we begin to take note of real governance? We are looking at the deliverables. There's insurance, healthcare insurance, authored by the government, where you pay small money, 1,000, I think, a month, and the beneficiaries can go to any public healthcare institution and receive treatment and give birth to babies. And everything, whether it's C-section or natural birth, things are paid for. Never happened before. I said, let's look at a security system. No country that has been able to conquer insecurity in the entire world. No society had done that. But what we look at is the pushback. Look at the pushback. Before now, yesterday was Monday, I was moving about. I went to a bank. I conducted my business in a bank. Not long ago, before Mbas in, the entire government house was barricaded. The Opera Square area barricaded. Monday, schools nobody goes to school. Nobody goes to work. What is the magic? Governance. Good governance. So let us, the progressives, have to come together and support good governance. We are talking about that. Then it's about the food insecurity. To tackle the issue of food insecurity, they came up with a plan. The green farm estates, 260 of them. My own ward, Amory ward. We have all these projects. Our local government chairman is the one championing it. We've given them the 200, I think it's 200 hectares of land.
Yeah.
They have fenced it, they have put up the stuff. They are going to put tractors. Imagine if we have 260 farm estate comprising of 200 hectares of land, farmland, producing various things using their comparative advantages of the soil in different areas of Enugu. Enugu State will not only produce enough of what it can feed from in years to come, but it become a food basket, even of the southeast of the Nigerian sector. We'll begin to export things again. We will come back to where we were before, where people are depending on Enugu oil, Enugu palm fruit to support the rest of the nation. So these are the things that form the bedrock of me saying, okay, let us come together as progressives in Enugu State and support good governance. We are not only looking at the state government, we are looking at the local government. We're also looking at those who are part of the legislature. Are they doing their work? Or are they sleeping? Are they borrowing from our Minister of Science, Innovation, Science and Industry, Technology, rather, Technology, who has been adjudged to be a sleeping center? We can't fold our hands.
It's like you're obsessed with this.
I am not. I am absolutely not. I love him. He's my brother. I love him. But I
give him some slack.
I love him.
But he has been able to do a few things.
I love him. But the problem is, I'm not the one that I judged him.
Okay. So
you can't hold me accountable for his own rating. He's an individual, independent rating. I'm not the one that rated him. And if a man like that, and why I have to keep pointing it out is, if he has been independently rated as a sleeping minister out of 48, then I'll have 48, the largest ever we've had in this country, down from the executive council, 48. And if independent body have judged him to be sleeping or a sleeper, then we can't just ignore it as progressives, because you know why? He says he wants to be the governor come 2027. I'm worried about it. I love him as a person, but I'm worried. If a sleeping minister, after sleeping, will come over and take over the governance of my state, I'm worried. If you're not worried, I'm worried.
Okay, let me just be good. In that press conference, you made a clarion call, a bold one, audacious and courageous call, that the governor of Enugu State is free to join the APC. It has been without conceding that he remains in PDP and you're in APC. Will you still hold this view about him, and how would you ensure he gets elected as a PDP candidate?
Look, my friend,
Yes,
listen.
Yes.
I am beyond partisan politics. I told you, I converged with few people, and we formed Progressives Group. It's about the betterment of our state and our nation. I'm on record on 22nd September 2022. I was wearing APC clothes and Jagaman cap, and I campaigned for Peter Mba.
Was that anti-party?
No, it is not anti-party. I'm coming.
What
It
is
is,
anti-party?
it is not anti-party. It is actually for the interest of the people. If I had campaigned for someone who is unprepared, it would have been, my campaign would have been anti-people. If I had joined in electing an unprepared governor, I will be joining electing anti-Enugu people. So what I did was, I was for the people. But it is not a case of, think about this. Fast forward, in 2025, January 4th precisely, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria came into Enugu. What I saw before he came in, because I witnessed the blueprint of this man, and I said, give him a chance. My own party, APC, the candidate had no blueprint. Listen, my brother, I'm educated. I've lived in advanced world for most part of my adult life. People who want to lead must show their blueprint. You don't come in and in the idea of Ojebego. So I refuse that. You don't come in the idea of, oh, he's my party man. And beyond, it's about my children, your children. So someone shows up and you say support him because he's from your party. No, now we can't do that. So I rejected that. That which I rejected in 2022 was re-echoed by Tinubu. Tinubu said, I don't care which party you are. Enugu people support Peter Mba. I'm taking directive of my president. So to answer the second part of your question, which is in 2027, Governor Peter Mba refuses to hear the action to the call.
Yes.
He remains in PDP.
Yes.
He goes somewhere. If he continues with this trajectory that I'm seeing now, if the governance continue with this trajectory that I'm seeing, I will support Peter Mba.
Okay.
Irrespective of the party he's with.
Okay, that's quite refreshing. There have been calls. In fact, your friend, a very good friend, just this morning, who's to Kechuku, former DG of VOM, of Voice of Nigeria, had said that Peter Mba is highly welcome to APC. Excuse me. He said he was making a response to a comment made by Uche Nnaji at a rally in El Soka, saying that some people cannot come into APC. He said, no, is that nonsense? And are you in tandem with Osto Kechuku? Is he part of the progressives?
Of course, Osto Kechuku is a progressive. Okay? Of course, Honorable Uche Nnaji, who's a newcomer to APC, does not understand.
He was a newcomer.
He's a newcomer. Of course, Honorable Onyama was not even a member of APC when he was made a minister. Okay. I can give you counts of people who became a minister.
That is not a part of why APC is not doing what they do. Because over time, people who are not members have been called to higher positions.
I told you that. That's a problem. That's a fundamental problem of the party. Like when I was building the party, I was using my money to build the party. Okay. and so also others who donated their money and their resources to build the party, including the first office we had was donated, the fund to hire it was donated by Samo Yishi. The next person that paid for it was Onyemuche Namani. By the way, he got a job now with APC. But then he had no job. Throughout Buhari, he got one small appointment eventually. But then he paid for office. The third person that paid was Bewood Ibe. So, but normally, naturally, those who you should appoint are people who invested. People don't invest in party altruistically. They invest in party to get either government job or government appointment, or to be part of the system of governance. But you see, APC, the reward system is terrible. And when it comes to Southeast, and Enugu State in particular, Enugu State, because of lack of, we don't have a governor here, remember?
Yeah, then a defined leadership.
Exactly.
We don't have a defined leadership.
Exactly. So since you don't have that, anybody can poke in. I told you how Amici was appointing people.
Yeah.
When Rochas Okorocha was doing the same thing. Hope Uzodinma is doing the same thing. Recently, the person who is now a member of the Southeast Commission is a former chief of staff to the deputy speaker. Your brother. He's from PDP. Yes, he is appointed. So who appointed him? His boss. Okay? Just yesterday, the Federal Character Commission that just came in, somebody unknown to the party is a PA to Ojuzo Carlo.
I heard so.
Okay, so how do you grow a party? Of course, the current minister, the person that sponsored this appointment is the governor of Imo State. It's just come, now, he's not for the APC. So the people who work for APC, people who thought for APC, the likes of Osito Kechuku, they are there, and many more people. Nobody look toward their side. How are you going to grow the party? Then they not understood the worst part now is in this regime of appointment distribution series. What they do is this. They don't want those who understood the politics to be around. Like, I can give you a list of appointments that are still holding. If the governor comes in now, all that will change. Why would the governor Hope Uzodinma be interested on who becomes the VC, Nsuka? Why was he the person pushing for an Imo State man to become the VC in Nsuka? Why would that be? If we had a governor, but in this case, we had a governor who is savvy, to walk his walk and talk his talk. And in the end, we're able to produce an indigenous VC. We can't stop there. There are more things. The REC, today's REC, we must appoint a REC in a very short time. It's important for 2027.
Yeah.
That position will be up soon for grabs. The person from Enugu is the elder sister of Honorable Enugu, who is appointed. The appointment came from Imo. She's the Imo State REC. If the governor is not playing national politics, if he decides not to, such positions, you will hear the governor of Ebonyi State fighting to appoint somebody. You will hear the governor of Imo State fighting to appoint somebody. From Enugu, you will hear the speaker, the deputy speaker from Abia State fighting to appoint somebody. You will hear a leader from Abia State, Senator Ojuzo Carlo. So, point is, the leadership is not defined. Allegiance is scattered. Some people are legends to, they pledge allegiance to Hope. Some pledge allegiance to Ben Carlo, some to Ojuzo Carlo, some to Wifuro, some to even Chris Ngige. So APC does not have a true rallying point. Once you don't have a defined rallying point, because remember, again, people join political party to be able to be part of governance. That's the truth. It is not an altruistic business. This is not the Red Cross business. And this is not the type of monkey they walk, babu they chop. So as long as you know that monkey they walk, babu they chop, people will undermine such political party.
Okay, Doc, we should be actually winding down. If you were to present, you talked about your love for Peter Mbah and the desire that he joins your party. Okay? And you've also made it clear But even if he remained in PDP, the progress will work for him
Yes.
because he walked his talk. Okay.
Yes.
Now, if you are to make a 3-point presentation, just 3 points, action plan for APC to win more seats in Enugu State in 2027, what would that be? If I would take one off you, it means that the first one you want is to Peter Mbah to become a member of the APC.
That is it.
You can speak to that.
That is it. Number one. And that is number one. That is number two. That is number three. Because the 3-point agenda is Peter Mbah, please come over to APC and help us. We can't win Enugu State without the governor Peter Mbah coming over to APC. We can't win it by rhetorics, mere rhetorics. He has the sagacity. He has the support. He has the mental acumen. He has the stuff on ground to show it. He has a campaign point. Okay? I'm not talking about political structure. Yeah. I'm talking about what he has done. He has the support of Mr. President Tinubu. Tinubu was here. His wife was here. His VP was here. And they all saw that this is a progressive governor. He has no business being outside the progressives. He is not just a rising star. He's a star. He's the star of the East. And you can't hide when you're a star. People who are saying that the Mbah are not coming, I called Peter. I said, he's coming in will be like the Hurricane Peter. The Hurricane Peter will blow the wheel of positive change into Enugu. Everything will stabilize. Everybody will fall in line. APC under Peter Mbah will win the presidency. APC will not, I guarantee you, the project 4772 will be a thing of the past.
Why do you want to emasculate PDP? Because by this you are well polished talks of Peter being that, Peter having the capacity to do that. You forgot that he's a member of a political party. So why do you want to crush PDP in Enugu State?
You know, it is not my job. Look, politics is context. And this is a context where you don't come second. It's like soccer. Yeah. There's no second place.
You're pushing the Ronaldo.
That's all. There's no second place. So you're looking for the best. Yeah. That is why people go to buy. They spend money. If I have the money to buy Peter Mbah, I would buy him. I would pull him out of PDP. I will go for him. I will trade him. I will trade him for a sleeping minister. I will trade him for all others. I will push him to push back the sleeping minister to PDP. And then he can go and run under PDP and become governor under PDP in 2027. If he can. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart because without me standing for APC and going after the good products, like yourself, I want you to be part of APC.
I'm a media guy.
Okay, I know you're a media guy, but I want you to work for us. So any good guy, anywhere, I go to them. I told you my history.
Yeah,
I reach out, and you can ask these people. Jehovah is still alive. He's an icon, a living icon. I went to him. I brought his wife, Patu. They were part of us, but due to the charade that was going on, they left again.
Okay, finally, Dr. NWOYE, what message do you have for the APC members and the electorate in Enugu State who are watching you right now?
Unity of purpose is the key to winning an election. The bickering and the showmanship of thuggery does not win an election. We have to come together. We have to find a way or a place in your heart to forgive each other. Someone has offended you and your party mate. Keep your eyes on the ball. The ball is the victory. The idea that this person shouldn't come to the party and that person shouldn't come to that, you should just discard it. Everybody that comes into the party has a voting card. Is needed in the party. They are not just members. They are part of the numbers. They are part of the winning number. I just told you the project 4772. If one person did not vote, it would have been 4771.
Yeah.
Would have been shorter than that. So we need everybody to be part of it. I registered as a state party chairman, 115,000 members. A registration that was supervised by Senator Zwingina, the last registration exercise. We need all those people back. If 100 and about 15,000 people voted, members and their family, nobody will stop Enugu State APC from winning. We are the only political party at that time that has such registration, and it's on record. We submitted it to INEC. Thank
you. Thank you, Dr. Ben NWOYE. Thank you for sharing your insights and your experience with us today. Of course, political repositioning is never easy, but as you've explained, it is possible with unity and strategy and grassroots engagement. Well, our viewers, that's beyond headlines. Thank you for being part of this, and we'll do something tomorrow. Have a lovely day ahead of you.